Hey guys, this is Eric coming at you back with another Houdini tutorial. Last time we went over a really simple model, and this time we're going to model a little bit more advanced. It's not going to be really an advanced model, it's more of just an intermediate model. We're not going to go over any details, we're just going to do the basic model, and then maybe in future videos we'll get more advanced. This video assumes prior knowledge because I just ain't got the time on YouTube to go through and explain things really in depth because it would just take too long. And this is what we're going to end up with here. This model of this jet. Let's start new. Okay. Now we have a brand new plane here, and we're going to start fresh. So I want to turn off my grid because I don't like working with my grid on unless I have to for some reason. So I want to go over here to my object. I'm going to tab, go to my shelves, and I'm going to put down a geometry node. I'm going to go inside my geometry node, and inside my geometry node is a file node. I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to tab, bring open my shelf, and bring in a box. Now I have a box at the geometry level, and this is where we want to do all of our modeling. If we're going to do any transforms and animations and stuff like that, we want to go back up to object level, and I'm going to name this jet, and we'll do all of our animations and transforms and stuff like that from the scene level. But for modeling and stuff, strictly modeling perspective, not setting up our scene or nothing, we want to go to our geometry level and do our modeling from here. And as you can see, we have a basic box laid down. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it to polygon mesh and have the axis subdivisions 422. Like that. I'm going to go up here and select smooth wire shaded. Now as you can see, I have this subdivided box here, and we're going to work with it from here. So I'm going to grab my handles and I'm going to scale it down like this and stretch it out like this. Now we have this little box. I'm going to take my select tool and make sure I have primitive selected. I'm going to select my primitive here. I'm going to poly extrude it from my polygon shelf, and let's extrude this out. And scale it in a little bit, squeeze it in here like this. I'm going to hit the Q key, do another polygon extrude, extrude this out a little bit like this, and scale it down and tilt it down a little bit like that. Okay, now I'm going to select, let's see, let's select our top polygon here and hit the Q key and poly extrude it. This will be our cockpit, and we want to scale it in like so. Now we have a little cockpit here, things are coming to. Let's extrude it a little more like so. Okay, now we got our basic shape laid out here. Let's go to our top view by hitting space 2, and let's look and see what we got here. We can see from our top view. Now what we're going to do is we're going to want to poly split this. So I'm going to go over here and select edges, and now I can select my edges like that, like so. I'm going to go up to poly split from the polygon menu. I'm going to right click and have it snap to my midpoint, and we'll come down here and click right here when it snaps. Now you can see this little dotted line, barely you can see this little dotted line I have here. Make sure up here under path type you have quad strip and close path selected. Okay, and now I'm going to hit return, and boom, that splits it right down the middle. Let's go back space 1 back to this view here, and now we have our spot poly split tool right down the middle there. So what do we want to do now? let's go ahead and delete. Let's go ahead and get rid of half of our model. So let's go back to our select tool and select our primitives. And let's select some of this here. Try to hold my shift key and select the rest of the primitives. Just dolly around here. Make sure all these are highlighted. And they are. And I'm going to hit the delete key. Boom. Okay, now we have half of a model here. Now I'm going to want to poly split this again. So I'm going to say poly split from the polygon shelf. Quad strip, close path. I'm going to uncheck snap to midpoint, and I'm going to do it about right here. And hit return. And that'll split right through there like that.